Hi y'all. Welcome to or back to Autumn Reads a Tome. I haven't filmed a vlog in a while and I was just feeling motivated to start one. Ironically, I was wearing a cuter outfit earlier. We just got home from my husband's work party that was supposed to be their Christmas party, but today was January 9th. So they're a little behind, and I didn't want to waste a good makeup day because I don't really wear makeup that often anymore. So I figured, hey, you might as well take advantage of the fact that you actually put in some effort today. I still have a little bit of a not a sore throat, but like a little bit of a residual cough. I don't think I'm contagious anymore, so I was like comfortable enough going out. There weren't that many people there. There was a good amount of food though, and my husband joined a voluntary raffle where it was like you spend $20 and you get 25 tickets. And so he actually ended up winning like really good seats to a Bruins game in March. I've been living in Boston for so long and this will be my first Bruins game. I'm honestly not the biggest sports fan in general, but I definitely think like hockey and baseball are my preferred sports if I'm gonna go. I was in marching band in high school, so I think I've watched enough football games for a lifetime. It's about 10:20 at night, so I think we're gonna watch one or two episodes of One Piece. My husband is like the biggest One Piece fan on the planet, and a couple of years ago he finally convinced me to start the series. We kind of like have moments where we binge episodes like crazy and then we'll stop for like 3 months and just not watch any episodes. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but like we basically just go until I lose steam because he can just watch endlessly. But now we are at the Whole Cake Island arc, and I'm about to start episode 813. So, another reason I wanted to check in is because the last Christmas gift finally got here today or yesterday, and I just didn't check the mail. I'm not sure. But anyways, so my husband and I are pretty big, like, not into board games specifically, but card games. So whenever our nieces and nephew come over, we will just sit at the table and play card games for a long time. I got my husband a card shuffler for Christmas. So we are gonna bust this bad boy open and play one or two games of Skip Bo while we watch One Piece. Hopefully it's not too hard because we do watch the sub. We had my husband's mom over at the house to babysit while we went out to his work party. So it's like an entirely child-free night for us. I'm tired enough to go to bed now, but you know, how often do we get to have an entire night child-free? So we're going to take advantage of it.
Beginners are absolutely welcome. There are no props required for this practice as well, so just make your way into in any way that works for your hips and for your lower back. We're trying to find a other side. This time it's lifting that hip ball.
You're funny. That was a nice, relaxing 15-minute yoga session. When I was in college, there was a time when I did yoga every single morning. I would stretch regularly, and I have a lot of tension and tightness in my hips. I always have. And just that 15 minutes, oh my gosh, it released so much tension in my hips. It's something that I really want to get back into the habit of. Oh, sorry, I know I look like a mess. It's hair washing day today. Yeah, I really miss doing yoga. I want to get back into it. I have not been very physically active at all since becoming a mom. You know, I used to be not very good, but I used to be a runner, like in high school. I did track and I tried cross country, but it really wasn't for me. I just really miss being more physically active. At the very least, I'd like to do some more yoga. Not necessarily on camera always. I just thought it would be interesting to film myself doing it for the first time in a really long time just to see how my form is like changed. Because I'm sure my form is terrible just because of the tension and the lack of flexibility that I've got right now. We do have some travel plans that I'm not quite ready to talk about because we haven't I'll just say we bought plane tickets somewhere exciting, but I won't say anything else. We haven't made any other travel plans other than buying the plane tickets, and we've got months, like we bought them months in advance just to save on cost. So yeah, that's something I'll be talking about pretty soon once we get more into the planning. I'm really excited. And, you know, if I'm going to be traveling and moving around, walking a lot during the day, and we would like to get pregnant this year, then I really have got to be more physically active and, you know, take better care of my physical health. I'm just going to hang out with my son for the next 30 minutes to an hour before his nap time. And then I'll probably take a shower, wash my disgusting hair. Also, like, I got a haircut about a month ago, and the thing I hate about bangs is they just grow out so fast. I might try to figure out if I can just, you know, kind of convert them to curtain bangs. I'm not really sure yet. Anyways, lately I have not been reading as much as I would have liked to. Today's the 15th. And I have not finished even one book in 2026. I'm reading 2 currently, and I have almost finished The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. If I sat down and focused on it, I could probably get it done today and tomorrow. But I've just been reading 1 chapter at night before bed, and honestly, I just haven't been feeling very rushed. Like, the only person that I'm competing with is myself. And I've mentioned several times on this channel that I'm really trying to take my time and enjoy things in life. And if I'm competing with myself at a hobby that's supposed to be fun, I don't know. Like, on the one hand, it makes me stay motivated, but on the other hand, I don't want it to become not fun, you know? So I'm going to keep reading The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. And I'm also reading Rebecca, but I'm also listening to the audio when I can because the audiobook is just phenomenal for Rebecca. I'm going to get back to the rest of my morning and talk soon. All right, so I have showered. I've put my son down for a nap. I've taken care of the dog, but my house is a mess. There's toys everywhere. The dining table has like snacks and dirty plates and cups, so I'm just gonna tidy up the house for as long as I can while he sleeps. Let's see how much I can get done while I'm gonna go get my headphones. I'm gonna listen to some more of Rebecca on audio. So let's go. right, I make these for my husband all the time, but I very rarely make espresso for myself just because, one, I breastfeed, and two, I already had a cup of coffee this morning, and too much caffeine makes me jittery sometimes, so I'm taking a little bit of a gamble because I'm a little bit more tired than usual this morning, or I guess technically it's the afternoon now. So let's give it a test. It's pretty good. I mean, you can take my word for it. I'm gonna go enjoy my coffee. And I did manage to get to chapter 14 of Rebecca, which I was not expecting to do. The kitchen is still a little bit of a mess. I've got some pots on the stove that are dirty, some wine glasses. I do have a load drying in the dishwasher right now, which is why I did my earlier dishes manually. So I'm probably just gonna finish cleaning up a little bit. I'm not gonna film it because my son is with me now. You can probably hear him in the background. I'm just gonna get done what I can. I have a load of laundry that I need to fold. I think my son is eating tomatoes. Did you just eat a bunch of tomatoes? Oh my god. You did. Okay. He's just biting into tomatoes over there in the corner and I didn't even notice. Alright, I'm gonna go. So I'm drinking the coffee I made and I'm almost through my first rewatch of Gilmore Girls. And I just know I'm gonna be sad when it's over. I have a backup show that I can watch, but Gilmore Girls has just been keeping me grounded through the fall and winter so far, and I'm gonna miss it. All right, my son is down for his second nap of the day, which is usually a lot shorter. It's usually around 20 to 30 minutes, so it gives me a little bit of time to do what I want to do. Since I have a moment, I'm just gonna sit here, listen to a little bit more of Rebecca on my phone, and I'm gonna work on my knit project, which is just a throw blanket for my mom. It's my first knitted blanket, so it's not exactly beautiful, but you know, it's got character. Is that what we say about things that are handmade and not perfect? Yeah, so I know she's gonna love it regardless. And I've spent a long time working on it because if you know anything about crafting with yarn, you know that knitting it feels like it takes double the time to do the same project that crochet would take. And the ironic thing about it is that it takes longer and is reproducible by machine. So there's not really a point in knitting a blanket other than just that you want to. I could have easily crocheted this and I would have been done a long time ago if I had decided to do that. But for some reason, my brain went, no, let's knit it. I'm going to keep working on this, listen to my audiobook. That is, if my son naps, it's looking like he's not napping. Let's see what happens. Well, I got about 6 minutes of crafting done. He has decided he's going to reject his nap. And he just switched from babbling to crying. So I'm going to go get him. I'm going to keep working on this project, but I'm not going to film it because he tends to like to play with my ball of yarn when I craft around him. So I'll see you next time. I finished the Heaven and Earth grocery store this morning. I was reading on my Kindle app on my phone. I had 2 chapters and the epilogue left, so I went ahead and just finished reading it while my son was playing with some blocks, because lately he's been super into like mega blocks and wooden blocks, stacking them. It's really cute to watch, and he can sit there and do it for like an hour, which is great. So we just hung out together doing our own things this morning, and I finished the book. It was good. I liked the ending. I liked it. I wasn't really sure where the story was going because some of the reviews that I read were a little bit misleading until the last, I would say, 3 or 4 chapters of the book, and then it was kind of like coming together finally. But it's one of those books where you really have to make it through the whole book in order for the story to come together. I will say that makes it a little bit more slow-paced of a read. You really have to be a character-driven reader, I think, in order to enjoy the Heaven and Earth grocery store. Because the plot moves pretty slowly and you really just never know what's going to happen. And not in like a mystery thriller sort of way, just like the author goes in all these different directions with characters and what happens to them. And I do enjoy reading historical fiction, so that helped me get through it. I can see a lot of readers who enjoy like more fast-paced, more rewarding material not enjoying the book. Like, I did like it. I gave it 3 stars. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. So it's based in the 1930s in Pennsylvania. And most of the book takes place in a neighborhood that, I don't know if redlining is the right term. Basically, the neighborhood is becoming more and more segregated. And the black families are staying in this one area, this one neighborhood, and the white families are leaving. But the whole book is about this one Jewish man and his wife being one of the only families who stay in the neighborhood and you know, genuinely try to form connections with people of color. The wife writes like articles in the newspaper shaming people that are known to walk in the, I think she called it parade, but basically it's like a KKK march. And there really were some just, I say the word enraging a lot on this channel because I guess I just read a lot of historical fiction, and history is enraging. So there was a lot to latch on to, you know, what the characters go through. If you are a character-driven reader, I would give it a chance. If you're not, you could still try it, but you might see what I'm talking about once you get to like the 25% mark. Not much happens, like plot-wise. There, like, things happen. It's just, it's like a slice of life in a horrible time in history. It's probably not going to make my like best books of the year list unless I have a really bad reading year. But it wasn't a bad book. It really wasn't. I'm not trying to talk badly about it. I liked it a lot. I can't talk about the ending because it would spoil the plot, but it was a satisfying conclusion. If you like revenge. Yeah. Or if you like poetic justice. There are some trigger warnings though. Pretty severe ones. So yeah. So I'm just gonna sit here and read some of Rebecca. I have the physical book here, but I've really just been enjoying listening to the audiobook, as you've seen throughout this vlog. I've been listening to the audiobook while I do stuff around the house or do my hobbies. Oh, somebody wants to say hi. You got some eye boogers. She's a stinky girl. You got some eye boogers. Good thing I got a baby wipe over here to wipe that up. I just have a lot to think about with the book that I finished. It's definitely not a light read. It's got a lot hidden in there for you to mull over when you read it. So yeah, I probably don't have that much time to sit here and ramble on, so I'm going to, off camera, keep working on my project and listen to some more of Rebecca. Let's see how far I can get. I'm currently about to start chapter 15. I listen at 1.7 speed, which is actually a little bit slow, but it's kind of perfect for this audiobook for me. Because I'm not trying to zoom through this book. I'm trying to really enjoy it. 1 point speed now just sounds like she's talking like this. And so I can't do it. But 1.7 sounds kind of just like a normal talking speed. At least I think so. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going with this. I just haven't really been enjoying the physical reading, which is kind of a bummer because I really like the font size and type. I'm gonna go keep reading and knitting. I just finished the first chapter of Moby Dick. I was debating whether to do like a Moby Dick reading vlog just for myself, for the future me, like if I ever read it again, because I know people say that you get more out of it each time you read it. I was debating doing a reading vlog of my first read of Moby Dick, but I've already decided after one chapter that I'm not smart enough to make something like that public. If I was to do like a video journal, I would probably have to keep it to myself for this first read through because the writing is a lot more poetic than I was expecting. And I've always heard that it's very reference heavy, and the Bible alone is referenced at least 3 times that I can count off the top of my head, because I have never read the Bible, New Testament, like cover to cover or anything like that. I can tell that Moby Dick really is a very complex book. Like you can just read it surface level and enjoy the story, but there really is a lot in the writing and the references and things like that that I can understand after only one chapter why people say that it's one of the most complex books ever written. It was enjoyable for me, but I'm not sure that I could make an entertaining vlog out of it. So yeah, 2 minutes it took me to say that. And my husband is on his way home. He decided to work today. It's a Saturday, but whenever he can pick up extra hours, he really takes advantage of the overtime. So I had a lot of downtime when my son was playing independently today. He's down for his second nap now, which never lasts long. But he's on his way home right now. He'll be here any minute, and he's bringing me Wingstop, which is one of my guilty pleasures in life. We don't get it very often, but when we do, I go a little bit crazy, and I ordered a lot of food that I'm about to chow down, and we'll probably just chat about his day while we eat, see how long my son naps for. I don't think I'll check in again tonight because we're probably just going to watch a movie or something. Take it easy for the night. It's been snowing today, but I think he's home. So I'm going to go and chow down on some Wingstop. I know I said I wasn't going to do a reading vlog for Moby Dick, and I'm still not going to. Uh, I've just been reading on the Kindle app on my phone, but tell me why. I was not expecting this book to evoke the emotions in me that it has so far. I just wanted to quickly come in and say that I've laughed out loud like at least 3 times, and I'm still not through with chapter 6 currently. I just wasn't expecting this book to be so funny. I will say that there's a couple of things like it's been a very enjoyable read as far as just the writing is really it's really well written. The writing is intriguing. It is an older style obviously because it's written. I don't actually know how old Moby Dick is. 1851. Oh wow. So clearly it's going to be written, in the style of language that they used in America in the 1850s. But the inner monologue of the main character, Ishmael, is just so. The way he sees the world and talks about people is just so funny. I wasn't expecting it. But also, I will say the references, I think I already mentioned this the last time, the references have definitely been going over my head. Like, I catch a couple here and there, but I know that I'm missing a lot, but I'm still having a good time. I'm going to keep going. I never thought I would read Moby Dick because I thought I'd be bored to death, but I'm actually having a great time. Who knew? So I'm going to keep reading Moby Dick. I'm almost done with Rebecca, but I've been listening to it on audio and I don't feel like physically reading it right now or listening to an audiobook. I'm just going to sit here and read some more Moby Dick and see what kind of shenanigans he gets into next. Hi, I'm not using the camera that I normally use right now because I have been taking advantage of the time my son naps to just clean the house because it's been a little bit messier than usual just because I've been lazy, I guess. I don't really have an excuse. I've been lazy. So today I've just been cleaning the kitchen, the bathroom, organizing the bedroom, and we have a drawer that's full of electronic cables and things that we just shove away and don't really go through very often. And I found my 3DS from, I think I bought it in college, but I don't know what year it came out. But I also found all my old games. And I've just been feeling so nostalgic going through and playing. I don't know how old y'all are, but I am from the generation that was obsessed with like Game Boys and DS's, and one of my favorite games was Nintendogs. You ever have a moment when you go through your stuff, like you're supposed to be cleaning, but you get distracted by your old stuff instead? That's been happening. And no regrets. I have another DS too, and I'm going to charge it up, and I think my husband and I are we're big like Mario people. Our dog's literally named Yoshi. So I definitely want to challenge him to a game of Mario Party, possibly Mario Kart. And I guess I want to figure out what other games I have that are multiplayer. I know that you can take turns in Super Mario Bros. I remember my best friend and I in like 2005 would just sit on my grandparents' porch and play for hours and hours. And yeah, it's one of the most nostalgic parts of my childhood is Nintendo consoles in general, but specifically for me it was like Game Boys and DS. So I am having such a fun time. My son is definitely fascinated. Obviously he's too little to play any of the games. He can sit there and like pet the virtual dog, which I think is adorable. And he's just like, okay, I guess even though Yoshi's right here, we're just gonna touch the screen. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just having a blast. And I finished Rebecca. I guess I should, make something relevant to this channel. I enjoyed most of the book. I liked why am I blanking on the name of the main character? What? Literally. I'm like brainwashed just like her. All I can think about is Rebecca. My God. Anyways, I'll put her name on the screen, because how do you forget the name of your main character? Oh my god. I just keep hearing Mrs. De Winter, Mrs. De Winter, because I listened to it pretty much most of the book on audio. I liked the book. I will say, for the first time in a very long time, I actually spoiled myself on purpose. I watched the movie last night before I read the last 3 chapters of the book today. And I really appreciate I should clarify, the newer adaptation, the 2021, not the Alfred Hitchcock one. I do want to watch that now, though, to see if he changed anything from the book. I noticed that there is a more feminist spin on the modern one, which I actually really appreciated. They made her more capable, the main character. They made her more capable, and she was part of the investigation versus like the book. She was kind of in the background, and there was a scene where she literally faints because she's overwhelmed. And like, I get it, it's the style. Women are supposed to be emotional and weak, but like the fact that it's written by a woman, I don't know. I liked it, I really did, but I will say I appreciated the take that the movie took. I liked the way that they did it, and I don't regret spoiling myself. I can't say that I preferred the movie over the book, because I didn't. I definitely loved the way that the book was written. The writing itself was gorgeous. I loved, you know, basically the main character grows up very quickly. Like, the first part of the book, she's very young and naive, and she's very insecure, and she has a lot of like rambly, imaginative scenarios that she plays out in her head. And it felt youthful to me, and I liked it. And she grows up very quickly as the suspense builds throughout the story. And I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I just I think it's just a product of its time. And I liked the more feminist, like, women can actually be capable take that the movie did. But I did still really enjoy it. I think I would reread it. I kind of rushed through the ending. I put the audiobook on like 2-point speed and just kind of went about my day when I was cleaning to finish it up. I think I might have enjoyed it more if I had actually sat down and physically read it. Maybe that is affecting my opinion of it. But it really got dramatic pretty quickly there in the end, and I had a good time. I haven't decided what I want to rate it yet. I'm going to write a review on my Fable profile. I'm going to write that review. Not that it really matters. I don't think that you need to read books based on other people's reviews. I mean, I do find myself guilty of that. In fact, sometimes when people write a scathing review of a book, I'm all the more intrigued to have my own opinion on it. Sorry, I'm so close. I'm not filming on my vlog camera. I'm filming on my phone. So I keep like bringing it closer to me because I don't naturally hold the phone so far away from me. It's one of the reasons that I don't like filming on my phone. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to come here to say that, you know, I'm having a very lovely, nostalgic day. I finished a book that I'm very glad that I finally read. It's been on my TBR for a long time. I'm just going to play a few more minutes of Nintendogs. And yeah, I'm just having a great day so far today.